Hi guys, this is Brownie from Manhattan, New York. So I'm coming to you guys with basically a life update. Last week I went to a funeral. I had never ever, if you guys remember me telling you guys in my vlogs, I've never been to a funeral of somebody I known, and not a family, somebody I known that's not a family member. So that was my first time going to somebody's funeral in 24 years of somebody I known and not a family member. Um, the lady, she worked for my building. I don't want to reveal her name because I feel like, that's her family's privacy, and hopefully nobody, like if if that she, we didn't have that type of relationship for me to, get on my channel and start revealing her name. That's why I didn't show you guys her pamphlet or anything, because I felt like the book that you get once you go to the funeral, because I felt like in respect and reverence for her and her family, and being that it's not my family member, I didn't want to put that up, so I didn't. But yeah, that was my first time going to a funeral that wasn't a family member. So that was it was an amazing experience because it didn't feel different from like a family member's funeral that I've been to. Like, if you guys remember, my great grandma passed away just 4 months short of her 101th birthday. So for me, I hadn't been to a funeral since then, and before that I hadn't been to a funeral for 10 years. So my grandfather passed away in 2010. So 6 years, I'm sorry. So 5 years, because that was 2015. So in 5 years, I had not been to a funeral. And before that, it was another 10 years before I had been to a funeral, because I went to my little brothers and little sisters funeral that died. That was like at least like 6-7 years before that. And then another 6-7 years before that, my mom's sister died, which is which is the aunt that I tell you guys about, that I go every year to the AIDS walk, because she did die of AIDS. And the guy that gave her the AIDS, he's still living, and he's still living his life. And she died literally shortly after receiving it. Like, she had just broken up with her husband. Her and her husband used to live together. She had kids with her husband. And within 2 years of, I don't even think it was 2 years since she contracted it, and the HIV, and she contracted HIV, and it quickly turned to AIDS and killed her, because her body wasn't able to fight, And at that time, there wasn't really any AIDS medicine. There wasn't really any AIDS medicines or HIV medicines. There wasn't even preventive medicines as they have now. Like, now they have preventive medicines where you can take it and not infect your partner. As you guys know, if you guys watch my videos, you guys know that I have herpes, which is also a lifelong disease. So I feel like I can relate to somebody with, like a lifelong disease. You never ever feel normal like everybody else. You always feel like you're different, or as if everybody is better than you, because not everybody has a lifelong disease. So you guys know. Yeah, and if you guys have been subscribed to my channel for a long time, you can watch my videos. I broke it down into different parts. I broke it, excuse me, down into the parts where I found out that I actually had herpes. I broke it down into the symptoms of that I experienced, and what triggered me to even like really think that something was wrong. So if you guys watch my videos, you can watch that video. It's been up for going on 2 years now since I did that video, so check it out. Um so also, so I saw my kids today, which really made my day, because I feel like I've been having like the hardest time ever. People just have been like, like being like really disrespectful to me and disrespectful to my space, disrespectful to my person, and just doing whatever they feel like doing, however they feel like doing it. And the world has been like consumed about other people 24/7, 365, and today's 360. This year is 366 days. And like all the time, I'm constantly hearing about other people and somebody else. And then the minute I interject to ask a question, and this is not like in my mind, I even have people that saying the same thing to me, like, oh, I should be more aggressive, or I should like take back, like some type of control. And I'm like, no, people should be respectful. They're not, everybody is very talkative. Like me, I have a lot of people that they try to hurt me, and I try to help them and they try to hurt me, but that's not going to change who I am as a person. I'm a nice person. I'm a Christian, so if somebody tries to hurt me, they hurt me in the past, and then I find out that that person hurt me, what I do is I cut off that person. I don't deal with them ever again. That is what I live by. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to be looking for that person in the street to go trip them up or hit them down with my car because I really want to get them back. That is not my personality. I just don't deal with them. Like, I don't care for, as long as until death do us part, I just don't deal with the person. Like, I just let the person deal with themselves and I don't deal with them. And then, that's my attitude. But also, there's still a lot of racism going on in the schools, and it's like really ridiculous. That's one thing that's really been on my mind. Not just schools, but other people have been telling me about, being that I haven't been to work since December 22nd, 2015, and I'm currently collecting unemployment until I reach the maximum that they had told to me, which I told you guys in my other video, is 2,500. So once I reach 2,500, that's it. So I've been collecting unemployment, and half the time I don't even collect it, because like I have, as you guys know, I just bought myself a new sofa. So and I just bought this iPhone 5s, which I figured I would have finished paying for. But had I been getting my unemployment, like instead of bills taking my money, and I was able to get my money and pay my bill, I would have already paid it off, because this phone was 300, and I'm paying fees. So like if I pay fees, they told me like, oh, once they told me they were gonna bill me in a certain time period, and they never billed me during that time period. They told me they were gonna bill me every 2 weeks, and they never billed me during that time period. And then all of a sudden, they just started billing me like every day. So the money is not in the account because I didn't anticipate them billing me every day. And then they're like consistently like trying again. It seems like they don't, like some companies, they bill you, they don't get the money, and then they stop billing you. They're not like that. Like they literally sometimes 3 times out the week, I see the same company try to bill me. And I'm like, when you sign a contract and the contract says they're going to bill you at a certain time, I feel like they should abide by that contract and bill you at a certain time, regardless of my financial state. And I'm really never at the point where I have no money. That doesn't mean that you should bill me whenever you feel like it, because that upsets me. Then I don't feel like I should pay it whenever you feel like billing me. So, thumbs up this video, share it, like it, subscribe to my channel so that me in my life. Be best, I do say. Muah.